Good morning. Dave in Kentucky here for another shave, sip some coffee with you, and another razor to show. And today we are going to shave with Crowne Peppered Plum. What's that smell like, Dave? I don't know. Let me tell you. Peppered plums. Now, it's got a nice scent to it. I'll tell you the notes. It's not a real complicated one. Fairly simple, which is nice. Scent profile, pepper plum includes plums soaked in peppercorn and vanilla with a hint of darkened rose and a touch of patchouli. So, yeah, smells good to me. This is one I got off the buy sell trade on the forum with it was grouped with a couple things. Anyway, some Nivea 2-in-1 we're going to use. You know, that 2 turns into 1, and we're going to whip things up with a Knotheadbrushworks. He named this shape the Kentuckian. Anyway, thank you, Tim. Love that brush. As you can see, I use it often. And today's razor we're going to use, you see a lot of times, well, I mean, not a lot, but they do pop up frequently, an Eagle razor. They have the Eagle, they say above them all on the back of the lather catcher head. There's a Deluxe model, a Premier. I have the Deluxe. It's not the best. The case itself is in good shape, but don't have the complete everything that would have come with it. So there you have it. I do have the brush and the razor, and had some blades as well. So it says Eagle on the brush. If you choose, I did use this one time on video. Screws in there, very, very small knot. Lost a handful of hairs, but it worked. It is a bore, and it needs more use to break in. I'll probably not use it enough to do that though, since it's so small. It's only small in diameter, but then it's kind of tall, so it just doesn't feel good. I want a good shave, right? I want to feel good. Enjoy the shave. So what you'll learn is, let's see if I have one sitting here. I probably don't. I should have took one out of the case there. Anyway, if you compare it to, this is size of a regular gem blade, even though it's a United Safety razor blade, but you'll see it's much bigger, or the Eagle one is much smaller than a standard one, which is much bigger. So what I had to do was I had to take a gem blade, take the spine off the back of it, use my metal nibbler to nibble it down so it was the height that I needed, and then reinstall the spine back on it. So you end up with a narrow enough one, and then this key on the back here you turn. I'm not going to turn it now because it's pretty tight, but now I'll do it for you. Anyhow, you turn that, and that lever on the back goes up and down, holds the blade in place. Okay, so Eagle improved above them all, it says on it, and it is a lather catcher. Has a nice solid handle on it. I was thinking of changing the handle out, but I forgot to do that. We're going to go with what we've got. Let me wet the face and we'll start loading up our brush. Because I got a story to tell. Well, not a story, but some things going on. I had a generous member on the forum that, you know, we've had things we traded back and forth and all. Oh, I'm just going to out you, Eric. Main Youper on the DFS forum. He's on some other forums too, I believe. Anyhow, he had sent me a message and said, listen, I was told to tell you there's an updated address for Backroads Gold. It's a razor replater. So when you mail your razor and using that certificate, you need to send it to this address. And he had the other address. And I just messaged him back. I said, I think you sent this to me by mistake. I don't know what you're talking about. He knows I joke around, so he says, oh, you're serious. He said, I'd sent you a gift certificate. A little while back, and just said keep it anonymous, though. Sorry. And so that's why I thought you didn't say anything. I'm like, well, I've at least thanked you in private. And I told him forget the anonymous. The Shave Forum is a very generous community. I've given Eric some stuff, and he's not treating me anonymously. And people should know about the generosity of the community. So I told him, I'm sorry, but I have to tell people. I wasn't necessarily going to do it on camera. Sorry, Eric. But anyway, I did indeed go back and look in my spam folder, and I saw, yes, like 3 weeks before he had sent me this gift certificate to have a razor redone. So that started Dave's looking at, well, what razor do I want to have redone? I had a really nice Schick G, a gold one, and it was from the 40s because it had the round fur on it, so they're pretty rare, and I picked it up really cheap. Matter of fact, I just had it in my watch, and the guy messaged me an offer that was really cheap. And so I grabbed it, and I thought, I'm going to get that done in gold. So this is a gem blade that's been modified. I think I covered that, but just to restate that, gem stainless steel. So anyhow, that razor comes in. I was going to send some other razors off. I figured while I'm sending the one, I might as well send a few. I'd had some I was thinking about. The Schick razor comes in. I checked with Chris Spencer. I have links below. That's Chris Spencer, Backroads Gold. And he said, oh yeah, I can make that thing look stunning when it's done. But when it comes in, you can hear the lower guard just clanking because the spring is shot. And you could tell you couldn't even bend this enough to straighten it out. And you know, if I sent it to Chris, he might have been able to work magic on it. But while it was cheap enough for the razor it was, I didn't feel like I had to have that razor, and I wasn't taking a chance on it not working out and then being stuck with it and not able to return it. So I just returned it. So then the dilemma, what razor am I going to send? And I decided on my early 30s Aristocrat. Great shaven razor. It's gold plated, so I'll be able to do it in that. And has some lazy doors, so Chris will take care. I'm sure he does whatever he has to do to fix things before he plates it. Goes through his whole process. But then communicating with Chris, and he's very good if you communicate with him on his Etsy shop. So I decided I would send off the head for my Gillette raised flat bottom. Now, this is the one that had broken teeth on one side, and so I did some grinding and sanding and turned it into a, just use half of it. It's the one I used in my camp shave. And I believe I said in there that I may send it off someday. And it may have been what gave Eric the idea to send me that gift. Again, thank you, Eric. So I sent the head for that off. I also sent the adjustment knob. Was really in rough shape on my Gibbs adjustable, so I sent that off. Let's see, what else do we send? I haven't forgot you. I'm thinking, what else did we send? Come on, you remember? Is that the Aristocrat? The pieces of those two razors. I think there were two others. Oh. I sent off my Williams DE razor, a folding split handle. And that will no doubt make an appearance on a video. We'll do that on a Williams Wednesday shave one day. And in talking to him and everything, Chris was saying, oh, I did send the other two. Now it jogged my memory. I was discussing my Type F Schick injector. That's the aluminum handle ones. And doing that, and there's screws on the top that have to take the head off. And that's what the discussion became, because he said as long as I can get the head off, because the aluminum will turn black putting it in the bath, and it'll contaminate the bath. And gold's getting expensive for the replaters. So I posted a question on DFS and had a nice response from another member, great member on the forum there, Ken, CK something, anyway. And he said he had his done at another plater, and they had done something to protect the aluminum, went to great lengths, and was able to do it without removing the head, because he thought, he was told at least by that plater, that they were riveted on. Well, Chris Spencer, back at Backrolls of Gold, did some digging on the webs, and on another forum back in 2010 there was discussion where someone said, oh, they're riveted, and I drilled them out. Someone else said, no, I've unthreaded these, you can get them off, and they screw off. So Chris said, give me a chance to try that. So I was like, yeah, okay, more than happy. So hopefully that'll get done and work out. So back to what I was originally starting to say. Are you keeping up with all this? he was talking about how many razors he's done over the years he's done this now. He said he's done well over 8,000 razors and probably only like 6 Schick razors. It's not ones that people send in. I know you see me going over spots very frequently. It's because finding the angle on this is a little different, especially when I've only used this once before and I'm not paying attention because I'm talking to you and trying to think in my head, which it's very crowded in there. So anyway, he's only done like 6 Schicks. And I said, well, while you're at it then, let me grab this Schick Type E that I wanted to send off. I don't know what number it is, but it was the kind that opened and dropped the lower guard. You turn the little spring part. And he said, cool, okay, so, I mean, I've got a bunch of them I sent off, and I'll be mailing those today. And maybe I'll do an unboxing video when it comes. That way, nice. Anyone that's wondering about a plating service and who to use and what things come back like, you'll be able to see. Something that came in the mail yesterday, sip of coffee, was a brush I had saw and purchased. It was a decent deal, not a amazing, but it was a good deal on a rubber set 400. I was thinking of a member on another forum that would like to get one. It's this razor. But they're prohibitively expensive in the country he's in. So I thought, well, I'll pick this one up. It's pretty reasonable. And even if he doesn't like it, I could turn around and pass the good deal on to somebody else. Set that there for now. All right, let's get a little Humphreys. When it came in, I realized it's the one they showed it as a no number in their pictures. I looked at all 3 or 4 of their pictures. Never showed the number on the head. They have a no number, a 3, and a 4. I have the no number and the 4, and assumed this was the 4. When it came in, it was a number 3. 19 minutes. I'm so sorry. Anyway, already got it unscrewed, took the knot out, and it is a number 3, which is what I was missing. So we got that. And what came in with it was a very dirty Albright. We got it cleaned up already. Maybe do some black lettering in there, get the wood sanded nice and get it sealed, and put a nice bore knot in it. Already have a 20 millimeter bore ready for it. So there you have it. Great shave. Long day of work today. Not looking forward to it, but hey, you know what? Gotta do it, right? I think that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Just over 20 minutes. Sorry it took a little longer. Hope you enjoyed seeing the eagle. Above them all, razor, they pop up from time to time. It does take some modification of the blade then, so you have to de-spine it. Save that spine. Nibble it off until you get the blade as narrow as the original blades are. Reattach the spine. Get it against the blade stops. Pop the thing on the back. You're good to go. Dave in Kentucky, be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the forums.